All right, notifications are working. 1, 2, mic check. Yes, 3, 4. Chiro Sounds. Amanda, what's up? Already buffering there. Heads up. Yeah, it's still going down tonight, folks. Some people have been asking and wondering how we're doing here. We're doing all right. Pretty good show earlier today with Paranormal Paul. Hopefully you caught that. If not, check it out. Pretty smooth live there, and yeah, just getting to know each other, talking about some experiences, some recent stuff. It's all stuff you've probably heard. I think some of the helicopters were heading back to the station to refuel. Things are still active out there. We'll have a look really quick. See some people dispersing here. Yeah, it was getting wild again, fireworks being shot at law enforcement and all sorts of chaos for a Monday. And yeah, we'll see here how long this continues for. Yeah, not bad here in the neighborhood, thank goodness. Actually, my nephew just sent us a message. He actually, earlier on Paranormal Paul's show, we were talking about the thermal footage that we recently had gotten. It was it's about to be a year already. I can't think. If I think. Yeah. Well, it'll be later in November, but time's flying. My nephew got that thermal footage that we were talking about earlier today, and he's out. Actually, I think he might still be at the protest, and he was just out there getting footage. And he sent us a picture. Let's see if this pulls up. Probably not, but someone could maybe timestamp those numbers. I'll read them off to you. That's him streaming there live. I don't know what app he's using, but he got 11.4 million views, 11.3K watching, almost 17K shares, and just a few bucks there. But whoa. We're like, damn, bro. Something about him and cameras kind of go well. Yeah, him being lucky and getting that therm footage, and now him out there getting numbers like that. I'm like, dude, you should maybe start stringing or something. Chiro Sounds, how you doing? Let's see if we could switch cams like last time. Give it a shot. There we go. Yeah, definitely much needed everywhere, right, Amanda? I mean, not only here, that's a worldwide necessity, I would say. Anyway, I got some updates. So earlier I did go live before going on with Paul, and we were giving a little update on a missing boy, 14-year-old out of Lake County, California. We read the article last night. We had just I had just received it, so we read that off. They were still searching for him at the time, and then I had gotten an update earlier today, and it wasn't good news. And so I was trying to share that update. So I see what happened here. So on my phone, the update is there when I pull up the article. And so I airdrop that article to my laptop. And on the laptop, it doesn't have the update. And that's why I couldn't find it earlier. And I was like, oh, I see what's going on there. But I was able to find there's several other articles out there with the update. So we'll get into that just so we get that confirmation. And yeah, sad news there. Prayers for the family. And just a heads up, if we're getting into dipping into water, it could be even doesn't have to be raging waters, doesn't have to be a raging river. Got to take those precautions and yeah, safety first, right? What up, Gnome Drew? Good to see you, brother. Where you are you out working? You out trucking right now? Andrew's always trucking. I wonder, are you home? Hopefully you're kicking back. Or are you out in some state far away from here? We got 559 in the house. Is he up in here? What's up? Salute to General. Hopefully everything's cool out your way, 559. I know your area there could be activated at any moment. I heard Sacramento was popping off earlier today. Yep, I remember that, Andrew. Yeah, we were out here when all that happened in the 90s. And we're getting sirens in the background here. Um yeah, this is not too far. I was mentioning that yesterday. Um and yeah, we could hear sirens in the back. And it was like that all pretty much all last night too. We do have the 10 freeway not too far, so you know, maybe they're bringing in police or maybe they're out to another call, who knows, but definitely a lot of law enforcement still in the downtown area. And yeah, we'll continue to watch this. Let's go ahead and pull up that the article of the boy here. Let's see. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna have to go back this way. Do it like this. And the reason why we're bringing this up, some people may be wondering, it is a topic we talk about here. People go missing. Um, and recently we've been touching on some strange and not so strange drowning cases. And this case came up yesterday for us. So we shared it out and we were sending out good vibes. And yeah, the update came. And we'll do a little reading here. It says Andrew Roberts, 14 of Clear Lake, California, was found dead after an hours long search on Sunday, June 8th, 2025. There's a photo of him there. And so confirmation there. And then the article basically explaining what we read yesterday. And it did mention something about dive teams actually making the find. And again, it makes me question, yeah, where was the supervisors or chaperone? What there had to have been someone watching over the youth. It was some sort of youth gathering or something like that. And Amanda grew up in Sac. Yeah, Amanda from Sac. Deb from Sac. She's a friend of ours that comes around every once in a while. She might be lurking. Yeah, so I don't know if they'll release more details, and we'll keep an eye on things. Yeah, a lot of water situations lately. And what else do we have? Actually, some we also been keeping an eye on the skies, always keeping an eye on the skies. But with the aircraft incidents happening since the beginning of the year, actually even before the beginning of the year, but since the beginning of the year, seemed like quite a bit of things were happening with accidents, helicopters, and airplanes, and we've been touching on all that. And I just got news earlier, but I guess this had happened yesterday. Today is still Monday. So, yeah, yesterday, news out of San Diego, California, once again. Yeah, San Diego's been on the news quite a bit with incidences like these. And yeah, we'll have a look here. Earlier, I remember we touched on the jet that had gone down in the bay there, San Diego Bay. Y'all remember that one? I believe the 2 pilots did eject and were okay, no fatalities in that one. And then recently they had the the airplane also that crashed in a military neighborhood, because San Diego is a big military. There's big military communities there, and it crashed in a military community. And I believe they believed 6 were have gone to have the other side, let's say. 6 people at first they thought, but I think it went down to 2, and it was I believe a music agent and stuff. There was some stuff behind there, and the name of the band was a little odd. I remember touching on that, and believe visibility was an issue. I think they said it hit like some sort of lights, and it might have been due to foggy situation. So yeah, again, the fog has been coming up again, and so we'll touch on these recent aircraft situations here really quick, also because it is something we've been following here. And so, just a heads up if you're flying, yeah, Chico in the house. And Amanda, speaking of Chico and we are bringing up Oroville last night. Are you familiar with and we're talking missing persons, the Yuba missing 5 case? It's pretty well known in the YouTube circles, and a recent channel I've been pumping it out there just because this guy's been deep diving on a lot of those strange cases and bringing up good information. Is what's the name of the channel? Let's see if we could remember it. Uh, Missing Enigma, and he just recently brought up a lot of information actually on that missing Yuba 5 case, and yeah, I found it fascinating. So heads up there. Even before the recent information, that case was always, I thought, was pretty trippy. Um, and that's, yeah, right around those areas there. What else? Done some fishing around there. Um, Missing Yuba 5, and then what else was I gonna mention about that area? Maybe it'll come to me. Yeah, so the recent let's get into that recent San Diego aircraft incident. And this one's pretty heavy. I'm surprised I didn't hear news right away. It wasn't until earlier today that I found out. And I'm usually late to find things out anyway. So let's see. Where'd you go? All of a sudden, you wanna hide on us. Oh yeah. Now it's really playing hard to get on us. This happens usually. I thought I'd figured out a new way to pull these tabs up, but I got a few pulled up here. So give me 1 second. Let's see. Where'd you go? So we'll start with this one. So this one says they had also mentioned that this is the one we were talking about that crashed into the neighborhood there. They also said the runway lights weren't working for quite a long time at that particular airport they were trying to land at. And here you see Foggy being brought up there. And now we're in June, so we're getting that June gloom.
We have determined that the automated surface observing system.
Whoops. Didn't know that had a video to it. But anyway, that's that one that happened. Let's see. Where's the date here? This was updated May 23rd, 2025. I don't know the exact date of this particular accident here. Let's see if our other article pops up from today. Oh, yeah, I see what it is. It's a YouTube video. So let's find that really quick. And I'm sure most of you had heard about that one there. Here we go. All right. I'm going to turn up the audio here on this. And this was, again, Sunday.
Tonight, we are learning new details about that deadly plane crash yesterday just off the coast of Point Loma. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Steve Price. The FAA says all 6 people.
Point Loma. And I believe that it did go off the coast, so in the water.
People on board were killed in that crash. CBS 8's Alex Cheney is live from the U.S. Coast Guard Station with the very latest on what we know tonight. Alex.
Yeah, Steve, that's exactly right. Just a completely tragic incident that happened yesterday. And as you just said, the FAA confirmed that all 6 passengers aboard that Cessna unfortunately died.
So 6 passengers on this one. And I also did hear earlier, I think was it this weekend also, it was a skydiving airplane out in Tennessee that went down. But I think everyone lived in that one. It was a lot of people in that one. I think it's 16 to 20 people
in that crash. We're also hearing now some chilling audio from the air traffic controller just moments before that ill-fated crash.
Ooh, heads up here. So there is audio. I didn't know that. So we're going to have a listen here.
What seems to be the issue?
Just struggling right now.
Problems began shortly after takeoff from San Diego International as the plane headed for Phoenix. The air traffic controlman tried to get the plane to make an emergency landing on North Island Navy Station. And you can see the plane try to turn twice.
And we'll see if they mention what might have been the issue here.
To North Island. But then, 2 minutes later...
4 Bravo Alpha, low altitude alert, climb immediately. 4 Bravo Alpha, radar contact.
What's up, Laser?
The U.S. Coast Guard says they received notification of the crash around 12:45 Sunday afternoon, and they are now the lead agency in the search effort.
Welcome on in, Blazer. Good to see you. And good hanging out with you earlier. Cheers, brother.
FAA said today that the pilot and all 5 passengers on board died in the crash. The plane was a 1970 Cessna 414 that was owned by the company Optimal Health Services out of Pima, Arizona, and was sold to a private owner in 2023. The founder issued a statement to...
So, yeah, another plane down in the San Diego area. And not long after that, that other incident we just brought up, let's see. And they did say in this one. That fog, I think, was brought up as well. And the fog we've been bringing up since the beginning of the year as well, when we had that issue with strange fog on New Year's. And I was bringing this article up quite a bit. And got that old world building in the back there. Yeah, so the fog. I've been noticing around here, we've been watching the skies here and the spraying and all that. I've also been mentioning, I've been hearing others mention it in different areas, that there's almost like here we get this like almost like a rusty, looks like a rusty color sometimes, almost like a slight reddish. Sometimes it's like full on gray, and maybe that's kind of normal, but I think something about the city, maybe it's just that the city's all grimy and stuff, that it just, that look in the atmosphere just, I don't know, has a strange feeling and look to it. And I question it, I question all of it. Is it just June gloom, what they call out here? And I think June gloom, is that just a SoCal thing? Did pull up, let's see what Wiki says about that. It says June gloom is mainly Southern California term for a weather pattern that results in cloudy, overcast skies with cool temperatures during the late spring and early summer. There goes the train, all aboard. Overcast skies with cool temperatures during the late spring and early summer, while the marine layer is most common in the month of June. It can occur in surrounding months, giving rise to other, how do you pronounce that? Colloquialisms. Oh man, I had trouble with that one. Such as Grapril, May Gray, No Sky July, and Summer Bummer. And January in the Puget Sound region. Low altitude stratus clouds form over the cool water of the California current and spread overnight into coastal regions of California. And it goes on quite a bit there. The overcast skies often are accompanied by fog and drizzle. Little something on the June gloom there. And what else? I had something else here with it's funny. I shared a shorts music video from Aesop Rock. And I believe the name of the track, what was the name of the track? But the beginning of the lyrics, I think it starts, or actually the chorus is about fog. He's also mentioning fog and some other lyrics on the new album he has out. Calls himself the All Season of Fog. I thought that was interesting, but here we go. Look, have a look at this. I had to look up, and actually, Brave here brought up, I guess through AI, the meaning of so it's 10 a.m. fog, and then he talks about the PM, 10 p.m. still in the fog, and so in the song goes, it's like yeah, features, so Aesop Rock song features the lyrics 10 a.m. in the fog feeling anxious, 10 p.m. in the same exact fog feeling dangerous. Yeah, it's a cool song. And then it says here, this line contrasts the anxiety felt in the morning with the danger perceived in the evening, creating a sense of escalating tension throughout the day. And I was like, oh, that's pretty good, AI. I feel you on that. Yeah. And so anyway, check that track out. Yeah, the new album we've been bringing up here. I was explaining how I was super excited that he dropped a new album, and that some of these artists that I used to listen to are starting to drop new albums as well. So it's like, oh, are we getting another era, one of those good hip hop eras? Because it's been a while. There hasn't been any great hip hop music that I've been like really attracted to, but this I'm super stoked that it's finally here. And he does have a shop, so we'll take a look at the album. The album we talked about is called, what is it, the Black Hole Super A or Superette Super A. And the theme is this little like bodega like store, little mini mart, and it's all like AI, and it's pretty cool. And so I seen that he's got a shop, and we'll have a look here. And again, he's a very how would you explain his style? Very rugged, New York, from the gutters of New York, yo. You know, some real raw style that he has, and here it is. You can check out his website. Boom. Open since forever. Endless savings. Pay what you want. Pets welcome. About that. And yeah, he's got all sorts of merch. Look, he's got a little home, some clickable links there at the shop. You can listen, buy some music, contact, join, and some games there. Here we go. Look, some labels here. Oh, we're inside the shop. Check that out. I didn't even see all this yet. Super cool. All right, let's have a scroll down here. And yeah, he's been doing music a long time, and is very I would say in touch with the essence of hip hop. You know, he doesn't forget about the graffiti writers and the break dancers, the DJs, which a lot of so-called hip hop these days, or rap, leave out. Anyway, here's another view of the website. Yeah, gotta get that vinyl. And look, even available in cassette. How about that? Who still listens to cassettes out there? Oh yeah, cassettes in the house. And of course, compact disc. Yeah, CDs are like ancient now. But vinyl's in. Vinyl is coming back as it always does. You know, it spins 33 and a third for a reason, or you could run it at 45. But I'd like to get me a copy of this, and let's see. Boom. Black Hole Super Go. There's some merch there. Some hoodies, shirts. And also available digitally. Yeah, so I'd probably get the hard copy because I love actual hard copy vinyl albums, and then get the digital version so you can carry it on the laptop if need be. And some more gear there. Look, you could actually watch a video here too. Y'all seen this one? I think this look at that thermal footage. Um this is the track Help. Let's peep it out right quick. We won't listen to it. I'll leave that up to you to dig around, and maybe some of you know Aesop, know some of his music. Let's see if we click this, we got to make sure the volume is down, huh? Maybe we shouldn't. Don't want to get a strikey poo. But yeah, peep it out, y'all. If you like some good music, believe me, he's a good artist, very unique voice. And again, if you like that rugged, if you're feeling that rah, feeling that. Yeah. Go listen to some Aesop. What's up, Jeff? Is Juanito in here? What up, Juanito? What's popping off, brothers? Mac Diesel. See Mr. Dibbs. I got his new cassette at the Atmosphere show a few months back. What's up? You bought a cassette, Diesel? You listening to cassettes? Buffering. You listening to cassettes out there, Diesel? That's what's up. You remember that when the cassette would like come out of the tape? I mean, the tape would come out of the cassette. You'd have to like roll it back in there. Yeah, we seen some guy recently at a couple years back at the NAMM show. I bring up the NAMM show a lot for musicians. Some dude was we didn't see him there. I seen videos of him later, I think on Instagram, and he was scratching with like cassettes, like vinyl DJ scratch, but with cassettes. It was insane. Anyway, boom. There it is. Blazer dropping the link for us. Yeah, Blazer, that's what's up, bro. I'm sure you'd enjoy his music, and you know, if Diesel's listening to stuff along those lines, yeah, Diesel, you probably seem like a Cage type of dude. You heard of Cage? He hasn't dropped. I don't think he's dropped any music in a while. He is an East Coaster and pretty angry dude, so his music's very angry and dark. But sometimes I like to listen to that type of hip hop. I go from both. Like, you know, it could go real dark stuff and then also real uplifting and positive type of hip hop, you know? And that's what I like about hip hop. It goes many ways. And I know for many it's played out, but no, there's still good stuff out there. That's why we're sharing stuff like this. And yeah, that was going down the little fog monsoon there. Some recent plane incidences and Aesop rapping about it. Yeah, keep an eye on your skies, folks. And what else we got going on tonight? More civil unrest, that's for sure. Oh yeah, a little update for anybody coming out in the West Coast this summer. We've been talking about the Bigfoot days up in Humboldt County, Willow Creek, California, popping off next month. And yeah, maybe if you're in the area, drop on by, check it out. Let's see here. Boom, there it is. 63rd annual. It's crazy. There's a lot of festivals that happen up in Humboldt County that have been going on a long time, just like Reggae on the River. It's a big, if not one of the biggest reggae festivals in the States. And that's been going on, I think, over 30 years. Easily, I want to say. And yeah, I started going to that several years back. I got like over 10 years in on those festivals there. Yeah, it became like a ritual for us. Yeah, there's other festivals that have gone on up there for many years, and it's like, whoa, it's amazing to think things have been going on that long, and some of us just find out about them. So check it out, Bigfoot Days out in Willow Creek. And also, I will be announcing quite a bit. We've been talking about this, that the museum also, so check out the museum. If you do go to Bigfoot Days, the Willow Creek Museum should be open. The Bigfoot Museum. Oh yeah. Uh Check it out. Don't miss out on that. Let's see, let's pull that up. I did see they have a new website. I don't think we shared it yet. I was pulling up some sort of other site that had their information on there, but they finally, we might have pulled this up. I don't know, but here it is. I believe you could subscribe to it as well. Yeah, Willow Creek China Flat Museum and Bigfoot Collection. And then they do have some original Patty tracks there still. And some other interesting tracks, some replicas, of course. And hey, maybe you got something you want to donate and you want a place that'll keep it for you safe. This might be the place. If you're in Cali or nearby, maybe Southern Oregon. Look at that. We know this guy here. That's homeboy. That's our homeboy there. I won't say, maybe he doesn't want me to say his name. No, he doesn't mind. He has a YouTube channel. That's homeboy from Bigfoot Wilderness Research on YouTube. You know, Doug and them, Doug and the boys. And that's super cool. He's on the website here. And look at that. Newcast from Orleans. Not New Orleans, California. Yeah, that's right around the Bluff Creek area there. And Doug, Todd, salute to them. They've been doing quite a bit of I'll say research, searching and researching, and documenting. Yeah, they found that nice trackway up in the snow off the Go Road. And Gasky Mike again on YouTube. We talked about him yesterday also posted another video of the Go Road where Todd and Doug found those tracks. So if you want to check out what that road looks like, and that's the road that takes you up into Bluff Creek, check out Gasket. It's pronounced Gasket Mike on YouTube. Check out the Go Road videos, and those are drone footage. I got to check it out, but I'm sure he's getting drone footage of that. And we did walk that road at night this last July, 3-4 in the morning. Alex Pedikov, Jonathan Easley, and I walking up and down those roads there like crazy men, thermals, and yeah, it was a good time. Not much action. I've seen some few things dart by in the skies, you know, I will call them orbs. Some people say satellites off the bat, but now, you know, it's a lot more going on in these skies, folks, than the satellites. They're blaming everything on Starlink now. He dookies in his footprint. Says General Sorrow. You talking about Sasquatch there? Don't piss off the Sasquatch. Yeah, let's see. Can we scroll down a little more? Yep. Local history. Definitely check that out. And I miss taking my lunch breaks in the parking lot here at the museum. Actually took a few lunch breaks the last time I was there. And gift shop, get some books there. Yeah, because there is no longer Bigfoot books in Willow Creek. There was a Bigfoot bookstore that is no longer there, unfortunately. And but you can still get your Bigfoot books. The Willow Creek Museum there. Maybe you run into Sasquatch as well. What's up, Shelly? Tartar sauce. What up, y'all? Glad y'all could join. And if you wanted to peep out, we'll have another look. Hopefully we'll get some chopper angles before the night's over here. I did see one chopper heading back to the station, maybe to refuel, or maybe they're just wrapping it up for the night. But there's still action popping off out there. What's Tartar Sauce saying? You've heard scream madder than that? Whoa. What'd you do, Hadley? What'd you say? What'd you do to Bigfoot to have him scream at you like that? And again, check out Paranormal Paul's channel. We did a live podcast earlier, or live, what would you call it? Podcast live stream. And that was fun, talking about some adventures and experiences and some thermal footage as well. And if you need an easy link to that, maybe Blazer will put it, or check out, of course, the posts in this channel here. And if anyone happens to be watching on any of the other platforms, hey, come on through the YouTube, see how active it is. Yeah, we get live here. The chat turns it out. And we appreciate y'all for that. Let's see, Magneticus, didn't government burn all those books in 2020? Hey, yeah, possibly. These could be just some remnants that someone saved. I appreciate that, Shelly. I did see you there. Yep. Yeah, they seem to have that issue. I don't know. I get it. You know, the curiosity, you want to check things out. But I guess if you get caught doing it, then you get labeled the Tom part, right? Which is, I guess, not good. And there's Diesel coming in hot, dropping links. Speaking of links, y'all heard us mentioning Weenie. Was it the Weenie Man yesterday? Yeah, Midwest Night Watchers had an interview, and the lady showed some pictures. It was almost like it was ghostly, very hard to see. But if you have those eyes, those special eyes, you could see the figure. The figure was covering its area there, protecting the jewels, and it was a trippy picture. So someone mentioned the name Weenie Man. And I think it was Weenie or Wiener. What was it, guys? Anyway, interesting situation there with that. Magnetic has missed it. Oh, yeah, you can't. Nope. That. Oh. Yep. Oh, did you? Yeah, so mine did also, right? The first one, it was peeking from the bottom of an oak tree. And also that thermal footage, it was at the base of a tree too. So, you know, I've heard that before. Lots of times things or Sasquatch lurking at the base of trees. Let's see. Can I think of maybe there's some footage out there of one off the bat? Nope. I'm sure it'll come up later like, oh yeah, there's that footage. And not saying that it's real, but you never know. Never know. People have their favorite videos, you know, Sasquatch videos that they believe are real, and others will argue back and forth that they're not. It's all good. We could all get along, right? Not into Missouri. Why? What's going on there, Gnome Drew? Why aren't you bringing it into Richmond? How about Richmond, Virginia? What about Richmond, California? Where else is there Richmonds? Oh, yeah. Look, Bigfoot anthropologist. Salute to you, sir. Yeah, check out Bigfoot anthropologist, does audio work. It's been a long time since I've seen you, brother. Hope you're well. And has done some work on some videos of mine, which I appreciate. Gotta share those out again. Yep. What are you talking about there, Juanito? Same thing with UFO videos. I want to agree with you. Let's see. Dwarf, he was staring in the fifth wheel. Oh, window when I was 9 in 92. Wolf Creek. Yeah, I remember you mentioning about Wolf Creek. Trip out in the fifth wheel. Yikes. And it reminds me, it sounded so you were younger there, 9. Oh man, how creepy. Um and exciting too, because maybe it was a good thing for you. It might have scared you, but hopefully it didn't like traumatize you. Um, and if it did, then we'll be praying for you because I'm sure that can cause some PTSD and who knows what else. But yeah, luckily I didn't have any negative effects like that or nightmares. I've had some weird squatchy dreams and some incidences that seemed like dreams, but I don't think they were Bigfoot related, and some shadow being type things I've talked about. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, the fifth wheel. It almost reminds me of the Playboy Bigfoot incident, right? Everyone remember that one? There is a video to that. And that's another one that, people are like, "Oh no, it can't be." But I'm like, "Oh yeah, it could be." You don't, you never know, especially them being in the redwoods. And I'm talking about the Jay Leno interview with the Playboy model. I call it play. We usually, most people, Playboy Bigfoot. And people are like, "Oh yeah, we know which one." And yeah, beautiful lady, and they're up there partying in the. I don't know if they were in a big bus or some sort of fifth wheel type thing. They were inside of something, and yeah, you could see the creature go by. Who's seen that one? Anyone know which one we're talking about here? Playboy Bigfoot. Let's see. Andrew seen Bigfoot in his dreams appear as a sock puppet. Wow, interesting, bro. That's a trip. That is weird. Sock puppets are weird. Traumatic. Oh, you're making me choke here, Magneticus. What up, Rid? What's popping, bro? You watching? Is Damon still on? Smoking scan. Yeah, they love smacking campers' walls, they say. I don't think I've ever really I've heard like weird knocking sounds on the walls, but I think that might have been something else going on and like on some paranormal level. But I can't really say that I've felt like the boom, like a whole slap on the wall type thing. I don't think I've ever really had that. Maybe I was too tired to feel all that. But I'm a pretty light sleeper. I think I definitely would have been aware of something like that going on. And then obviously the dog would be going off. But I hear sometimes they cower. I think my dog would be going off. And yeah, that'd be like, I don't know, that'd be a little too much, right? If you're slapping the house and shaking the whatever you're staying in, wiki up or tent. Jeez, no, it's a little too much. Maybe a little tap in here, which is still creepy. Like tapping is but yeah, AXN is AXN out there. Yeah, I know he's been going on early, and then we briefly stream some of the chopper footage right now, and it's still going down. You know, I know it calmed down more from last night, but I can't say that either because I'm not out there. I can't say it's calmer. But it's still things are happening. People getting arrested. Seen a bunch of people get arrested. So yeah, things are on fire still. What's up, Russell? Let's see. You getting kind of tired of the Yeti Bigfoot AI blogs? Oh, bro, speaking of, I got a perfect one here. Let's see if we could line that. Thanks for reminding us. Let's see. AI vlogs, but then again, the one where Bigfoot met an alien was pretty cool. So I got one here that I'm going to share off of TikTok, and I seen the homie Sean G. Hope you're doing well, brother. Bless up. Haven't heard from you in a minute. He also it looks like he might have remixed one and shared it in his shorts, his YouTube shorts. People, um, yeah. Let's see if we could pull this TikToker up here. I know y'all love TikTok. All right, there it is. Let's see. And I'll keep the music playing just in case. Maybe that helps with the algorithm not picking it up. Let's see. Can y'all see that? Let me make sure. All right, there it is. Have y'all been seeing these TikToks over here? And so gotta shout out my my Bigfoot life. All right, go give him a follow because we're gonna check this out here. This one was hilarious, as the other ones are. Um, twerking, you twerking, Shelly? Uh-oh. Trekking. I thought you said twerking. Yeah, I was like, Shelly, get down, girl. It's all good. My dyslexia is kicking in here. Give me a second. Let's see. Can we play this? All right, now I gotta do this. Uh-oh. How do we get it to play? Let's see. I might have to do this again. Let's try it again.
Guys, I've been thinking every time I try to join society and kind of, get out of my comfort zone, y'all call it a sighting and run.
Holy smokes. She's big, not too big for me though.
Is this a wood? I mean, damn, it's the size of my finger.
Oh, hell no. Tastes skunky. All right, guys, day one of the coastal boat build. I know it's looking a little like I microdosed and saw the blueprints in the sky, but trust me, this thing's gonna float probably. How many of my viewers are from Florida? Woo-hoo-hoo! I'm on the way. Save some baggie for me. Let's get lit. Got some bad weather coming in, boys. Might be cooked. Damn! We're all good boys. I got enough beer in me to rinse some mermaids if need me. Why-ee-ha!
Boys, that was life or death in the last clip. I was pretty zapped. We're almost there, guys. Let's go.